Okay, welcome to the last module in the Kickstart series. This is Turbo Traffic and what is next. Now, we are almost at the end, and the fact that you've made it this far is really a testament to your dedication, to your success. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people, I'll be quite honest, they get a course, they get something that is going to help. It's going to make them successful. The strategies and everything behind it is solid gold, but they just don't apply. They don't follow through, they don't study the information, and they don't apply. Now, I'll tell you right now, a great proportion of the people who are following this Kickstart training right now are going to give up and not proceed. Now, I don't know why this is. I don't understand it myself. But you are on this video, you have made it all the way to the end, which puts you a step above, way above the average. So you're to be congratulated. Now, your site, if you've got to this stage and you're following it through and building along, is live. The one we built through this in literally under 6 hours with this Kickstart course is now live, but we've got to get the word out about it. So what we're going to do in this module is cover some fast ways to get your site indexed and start getting traffic, give things a boost in the ranking direction. We've got the entire foundation set for this. And as you can tell, I'm more than excited about what the following steps are, because this is where all the magic happens. You've laid the foundation. Now we're starting to build momentum for your business. Now we have the opportunity to actually start making money. And that's where all the fun really happens. So all the effort you've put in so far, all the groundwork, all the time that you've spent on this, because obviously you're going to spend a little more than, well, so far to this point, we've done about 5 hours. So we've built an entire business in 5 hours. But this is just the starting point. You're not just going to stay here and say, okay, now it's going to be like the Field of Dreams, if you remember that movie by Kevin Costner. You've built it, now they're going to come. You know, what was it? They had the baseball players in this cornfield saying, if you build it, they will come. Well, that's great for Hollywood, but it does not work in real life. And certainly in business, you've got to keep things moving. You've got the flywheel started, and it takes a lot of effort to get that flywheel going. If you know what a flywheel is and how, you know, it's a big, say a big stone or metal wheel. Takes a lot of energy and strength to get that initially going. But once you keep pushing, you get that momentum going, it starts going by itself and keeps spinning. You've just got to give it that little kick every now and then. And that's where we are right now. We've just got the flywheel moving, but we've got to get that momentum going. That's how we're going to move forward, and that's where all the profit is. So, first, let's talk a little bit about external SEO, because there's a lot of misconceptions about what really is involved with search engine optimization. Now, a lot of what we've done so far is internal search engine optimization. The stuff we do inside WordPress with structuring our articles the right way, making them really long, with keyword balancing, with images that are keyword optimized, all that kind of stuff, the internal linking, all of that stuff is part of internal search engine optimization. The real power comes from external SEO. Now, external SEO is all about building authority. Now, so far we've built an authority-based website. We have authoritative articles covering problems, answering solutions, and all that great stuff. But what we need to do is get links from external sites in our industry and related to us. Now, here's the thing. Think of SEO and link building like an election. You've got top 10 spots on the first page of the search engine. Say, we'll use Google as an example, as that produces 80% of all results and search results. Think of it like this. It's a popularity contest. The more links that you have in that are authoritative, the higher you're going to rank on that top 10 list. So if you've got a link from, say, Wikipedia to you, then that's going to hold a lot more weight than, say, a link from joeblowsplumbing.com. Because obviously a Wikipedia link on an article about dog training, for example, in our case, is a lot more authoritative than Joe Blows Plumbing. Joe Blows Plumbing has nothing to do with search engines, with dog training, so has absolutely no relevance to us. And Joe Blow voting on us for dog training is really inconsequential. So that becomes a low value link, whereas one from, say, Wikipedia on a dog training article has massive weight. And that is very, very powerful indeed, if done right. Now, one cool thing, and this is something, I'm going to give you a little insider tip right now. Okay, this is actually just something that popped in my head. I'm going to share it with you right now, because as I'm thinking about it, if you have a authoritative, valuable site with an authoritative, valuable article about a specific topic, guess what? If you find a Wikipedia post on that, you can add and edit Wikipedia for free. You can go in there, create an account. Maybe you've got a specific quote or a thing that you're dealing with. Maybe you've got an interesting fact or quote that you can use on your website about a specific area of dog training. Guess what? You can edit that article, reference your site as the citation, and get a link from Wikipedia that way. It's a very powerful technique. Now, here's the thing. It's a no-follow link. However, we've proven many times that even though it's no-follow, Google is moving away from the no-follow method. This is a little bit of inside information for you, for those who know a little bit about SEO. There's two types of link. One that's no-follow, one that's do-follow. Basically, the do-follow links give you credit and link juice. That's what we're looking for. Basically, the vote. Where the no-follow ones are not meant to pass any of that. However, we've shown that links from Wikipedia do boost your authority and do affect your ranking, just so you know. So there's a little insider tip for you right off the bat. So external SEO is all about building authority, but there are many myths, rumors, and lies about SEO. For example, some myths are that, for example, syndication doesn't work. It does. Think about press releases. I'm going to talk about press releases later on in this module. There's all sorts of rumors about what works, what doesn't, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. We're going to give you the solid foundation right here today. We're going to give you the proven methods that have worked for me for many years and will work for many years to come. The reason being is we're building authority. The one thing that Google says they want. They want authority, they want links, they want our relative links, they want quality, they want user experience. And if you keep all of that in mind, it's going to really help you with everything you do. So, part of this is due to the secrecy of the search engines. This is why there's so much rumors out there because, well, here's the thing. The search engines are not going to turn around and tell you exactly what it takes to be in the first place of Google, for example. There's lots of tests, split testing, experiments. People in the search engine optimization industry charge thousands of dollars for their skills. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm the guy that teaches SEO experts to be SEO experts. I'm one of those guys that goes up on stage and shares all of the secrets. I've got inside tracks on many different things going on within the search engine optimization industry. This is one of my main things. This is one of my main skill sets. So what I'm going to share with you today is going to help you with whatever you do. Now, they are continuously focusing on user experience, like I just said. So everything you do in regards to user experience and value is going to help you, first of all, get natural links from other people as they find you and link to you, and also going to get the respect of the search engines because you've hit all of the things they have shown that they want. Which is why we focus so much on authority building, on the way we structure our flow, our website, and everything else. Everything is focused around that. You have to excuse my direct message there as it pops up. But we're going to look at several fast ways to achieve this. promotion really is key, and it's a continuous part of long-term success online. So we're going to focus on all of that today. And ideally, you should spend about 30 minutes or more per day on promotion, or at least having someone do that for you. Because one thing I'm all about is scale and automation, and I'm very fortunate that I have an excellent team that does a lot of this for me, but I've shown them what to do and how to do it, and that's some of what I'm going to show you today. So with that being said, there are some good tools out there, you've probably heard of them yourself, that you can buy to assist with SEO, but here's the thing, I'm going to be quite honest, if you're just starting out, they can be very expensive, and you know, to use them, you have to be to get the most value out of them, you have to be using them on a daily basis. So keep that in mind, but there are some cheap ways that you can use to get started, even on the tightest of budgets, with micro outsourcing. So what we're going to do is what I call the authority site Kickstarter. So first of all, we're going to submit our RSS feeds, which our website has all over the web. We're going to promote every single authority page with authoritative links. We're going to create a large social footprint. Basically, every time you post an article, we're going to have it syndicated. We're also going to do all sorts of really cool insider stuff, encourage our users to share our site. We're going to really get social engagement from our readers to the best of our ability. And we're also going to use press releases to get on the first page. I'm going to show you a really cool technique for that. And then I'm also going to talk about long-term plans for power promotions. So we're going to cover a wide range of things. And one thing that's very important with search engine optimization is diversity. And the more we can get people talking about our stuff, the more links we get, the more people we encourage to take part in our site, the better for us. We want that, we need that, it should be an essential part of everything you do. So, with that being said, let's make some magic. So right now we're on the main site and we've got a few things going on. We're adding more and more content and everything else. And you can see, I just wanted to make a quick reference because one thing I get asked all the time is, okay, this is an AdSense ad. Why is it showing me things like Bailey's Irish Creamer here? Well, here's the thing. This is called retargeting. Basically, what Google's doing is determining that this is of more interest because of my previous search habits than maybe dog, because I haven't been on so many dog sites. They do track what you do. So right now, because they know I'm a big fan of Bailey's and whiskey-based products, shall we say, that it's showing me ads like this and then other ones for like search engine optimization tools and Aweber and all sorts of other stuff. So that's why it's showing this. Now I do tend, and I haven't mentioned much about this, but I do tend to use AdSense for monetization because it's very, very powerful. If you want to replace this with an ad for your own, sign up for your free download and your reports, that certainly would work too. You could also on the home page create a little squeeze page type thing. Hey, get your 10 free tips. Put that above the fold. In other words, we don't have to scroll down. That would work absolutely fine. So I wanted to mention that real quick. And you could have links up here, for example, free report or something like that, or download your free report or whatever you want. Contact information about us, whatever you want to do. There's all sorts of extra things you could do here. I'm not going to go into that. That's not what we're going to do here today, but I did want to mention that. A couple of other things. Let me go into, for example, the dog breeds here. You can see we've got all of this kind of SEO'd optimized. We've got everything from the inside. We got our tags. I added, just as a side thing, because I'm just going through here, we've got the sharing tools done by Jetpack. This is part of the social engagement I was talking about. And I do want to show you that real quick. So I'm going to come down here. Remember we turned off, or we were mucking around with the social tools inside the AR theme. So if you want to turn them off, because I'm using the ones built into Jetpack, come down to, if you're using this one, layout, and then turn off the Facebook, Twitter and Google buttons. Then what I'm doing is I'm going to Jetpack. I activated the sharing, which is activated by default, I believe, but if you need to, just come to Jetpack, and then you'll see the sharing items. Oh, it's there, and that's activated. If you want to come and configure it, go to Settings, Sharing, and you can drag and drop which ones you want down from this menu down here and what have you. In fact, what I might do is I've chosen not to include LinkedIn because a lot of people are not going to be on LinkedIn. That's more for professional services. So what I'm doing is more aimed at the kind of average home user. So I've got email, I'll take off the print one, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest. Now, Pinterest, I'll tell you right now, generates more traffic and clicks than Facebook and Twitter combined. So it's well worth putting that one up front. And I've got StumbleUpon, which can generate a bit of traffic as well, but I'm concentrating on the more social ones right up front. So Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and StumbleUpon. So you can play around with the settings, but I always just have this set to work on posts. I'm not going to have it on the front page because it kind of messes up with the display. So if that's good, I'll save that. Now that puts the plugin or the stuff at the bottom like that. If you want to have something at the top, you might have to use a custom solution. There's another plugin called Dig, which works pretty well. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go away from my plan script, which I tend to do. Let's just put that in place and show you how it's done, because that's one I was considering doing anyway. So we'll go to Dig. Now, there's all sorts of other plugins, but this is one of the ones I do like. It started off just as a Dig button, but now Dig has gone by the wayside. Dig was another kind of social bookmarking site, but it kind of, let's just say, lost its appeal in many ways. So I'm going to go to the global config. I just want to double check a couple of things. Now, this is the Facebook like page. And official Twitter configuration. Well, we had this one, Dogs Day Magazine, because it includes all of the stuff, but it references you in this buffer if you're using it. Tweet me, don't need that. And, I'm going to play around with this. I don't 100% know how that's going to look. That's a new feature from the one I'm used to using, so we'll see. I'm going to go to normal display. Now they have several things, floating displays and normal displays. So I'm going to enable the normal display. We're going to put horizontal buttons on the posts. You can specify which categories you want, but you have to do it by name. So right now we're going to leave it on all posts. You can exclude categories if you don't want them to appear on certain ones. You can enable Dig to modify your excerpt if you're using it. I'm going to leave that off because I don't want it to display on the excerpt. Now here's the cool thing. You can configure how you want this to show. Now, for example, I'm going to do above or before content. I'm going to leave it with a normal button. I'm going to pick a few of these though. So let's do Twitter. I'll do StumbleUpon before content. Now I might do this after content, and I'm going to do the like box. Let's do the like box. I don't know. We'll play around with it. If not, we'll see how it goes. I'm all for playing around with things and seeing how they look, because you never know what the heck is going to happen until it happens. So, okay, Delicious. I've had good luck with Delicious, so I'm going to put that before content. And we'll put Pinterest up there as well before content. I'm not really wanting to do any others. So what I'm going to do though, because these are the priorities, let's see how that goes. I'm going to save changes there. Again, what we're doing here is really keying up the social engagement. Now I'm also going to do manual floating display. Now I'm going to play around with this. We'll experiment and see which one works best. So floating display is enabled, and kind of curious. Now it's already set, so let's go on the home page, and I'm scared to even see and guess what it does. Again, when you're playing with a plugin you haven't used for a while and you have to remember all the settings, that's when things can get interesting. So let's have a look at what happened. Okay, well, we've got all the buttons. I'm going to switch back here. So, you know, that's not too bad. Now let's have a look. Okay, so we've got the share button there. You can see how that works. We've got the floating button there. You know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this. I'm going to turn the horizontal ones off, looking at them. Although this does give me the counts. I like that. But we'll just use the side one. I want to... Oh, I must be logged in as Sean Donahoe. Okay, that's my main account. So yeah, we're gonna customize this and turn this side off, because although that's good, either I've got too many because I don't want it to push this down. You know, this is a hard decision to make because I like them across horizontally like that. Might take off the delicious one and then put this one first and then turn off the side one. Let's keep it clean, because sometimes I debate which one I actually do like. Personal preference. Okay, that's a tough one. Okay, I'm gonna turn that one off, and then you can see why. You know, you really, if you go to all the effort of making an authoritative site, you don't want to kill it by throwing 10 tons of crap into a 1-ton bag. So, that's a good analogy. I wasn't quite sure if I got my numbers right there. Okay, so I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to put this as 200 as the weighting, so it becomes first. And then I'm going to turn off one of these I don't want. I'm going to turn off delicious. And so any of these I don't want. Okay, I don't want buffer. Stumble upon. I do want Facebook. Okay, that's after content. Facebook share before. Might have that up at 109. Basically what happens is the higher the number, the order changes. So let's have a look and see how that looks in terms of weighting. Okay, so Pinterest first, Twitter, Facebook share. We probably want Google Plus up in the high area as well, so I'll change that. And then everything else after that is kind of supplemental. And then we'll do this. So fingers crossed this image should come back up. But it didn't. Okay. I was hoping it would. Obviously not. But okay, and the like button came down here. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off because that's no use to anyone. And I'm going to be quite honest, I don't like the way that's not breaking, so I'm going to change my mind. This is what you do. You change your mind about things. You want to make sure everything's working correctly. If it doesn't work, go with the other way. That's why we do these things. So you got to play around with these things, see what is going to suit you best. But with that being said, obviously we've now got to change this around. I'm going to put this up at 200 because I want that first. And I'll activate that. Okay, LinkedIn, Google Plus, Facebook like, okay. Turn off buffer because I don't want that. But if I'm doing the side, I will take Stumble Upon and maybe Delicious as well. And we'll save changes. And if you want to, here's a cool thing. You can adjust the width. So let's change that. It was a bit too close, so I'll change that to 60. And then you can also let dig go past the post. So if we do that, I'm kind of curious to see how that'll work. Refresh this. Hopefully that'll shove things out to the left. Okay, so that's a little bit better. And then that's a long page. You see how it starts off here. We got pin, tweet. We need the Facebook stuff higher up than that. And I'll turn off the LinkedIn. So, okay. So we'll just do that. Turn off LinkedIn. Okay, so got to get the Facebook as a higher number. So we'll do 109 for that. Okay. We said we're going to turn off LinkedIn. Save that. All little tweaks to make everything just pop that little bit better. So let's have a look at how that does. Waiting for it to load. And, you know, I kind of like that. I think that'll do. I like something, it's attention grabbing, and that's one of the main things here. Because here's the other thing. You might want to put in a block of ads here. For example, I might put a block of AdSense at 300 pixels wide here or something like that. So that we've got text links and things like that. That way I don't want my Pinterest stuff going right over the top of it. I want it to kind of almost draw attention to it, because if you did it here, then you would have literally eyeballs right on it. For example, using WP Insert, just to show you an example of how you would do this. If I go here, now say for example, I'm just going to write in a piece of code. Imagine that this was you entering in AdSense code, but I'm just going to show it with a block. So 1 second. Okay, you don't have to do this part. I just want to show you it as a design though. Background, let's just say. Okay, height 280. Well, actually, let's do 300 by 300. Because this is 300 by 300 is a. Is it 300? No, is it 300 by 250? Okay, it's 250. I'm sorry. Had to think about that for a minute. I think that's right. But it'll give you an idea, even if I'm wrong here. Width 300 px. Okay, so imagine that this was an ad block. Okay, so we'll exclude on pages because we don't want it to appear on our actual pages. We only want it on posts. Exclude it on the home page and archive pages, and then you can adjust your margins and stuff if you want to, but I'll save changes. Now if you imagine this, fingers crossed, I put it in the right place, should see a block appear here, and you might need to float that a little bit better. In fact, I would. So let me just change this and put display block. That's why float left. Okay, so save those changes. So you can imagine that if you've got this going on, this would be an ad block, prominent. It would get impact right off the bat, and there would be, you know, your text over here and stuff like this. This should be floating to the right and doing all sorts of stuff. I would actually prefer this to be 300 wide so that we've got the block, then the image, and then the article underneath, because the image would bring attention to the block, but you get the idea. So we've got all sorts of stuff going on. We'd have to adjust this a little bit, but I'm just demonstrating as I say. So I'm going to deactivate that. There are cleaner ways to insert it, put it that way, but I'm just showing you very quickly. You could have it right here and have some fun with that anyway. So what we need to do now is, okay, we've got the social engagement kind of taken care of. We would say, you know, we got a call to action, hey, you know, share this, and call to action, we've got the other related posts to keep them engaged on the site. We would have, I actually took off the call to action block underneath because I'm going to do a nice graphical one. So I just turned off the one we had there. Like I said, if you've got a graphics designer, you can have your call to action to sign up for your form, or you can have the pop-up version, you know, whatever you need to do. So we've got this going on right now. We've got the social engagement. Another thing you can do, which I had turned off for a moment, but this is something that's very powerful, is a plugin called SEO Facebook Comments. Now, this one is a little more detailed because you have to set this up with a app for Facebook. So you have to, if you create yourself a account, you then have to go to developers.facebook.com and create yourself an app. Now to do this, it takes a little bit. You have to follow the instructions within the plugin. For example, come down here, and I've already connected it up. You have to. It says it has an instructions here how to create your Facebook app and go through all of the steps here. And then I turn this on. What I'm doing here though is I'm replacing the standard WordPress one. See, this is the standard one built into the theme, and it's cool. It does engagement, but you can replace it with a Facebook one, or you can do both. It'll allow you to actually show both forms. But here's the thing: by doing comments on Facebook, every time they post a comment, it goes to their wall as well, so everyone else can see what they're doing. So it's an optional thing. It's entirely up to you. I like it. It's worked very well for me. But that's total social engagement. You've already taken your site way up the rankings just by doing that. And I've also got the Google add to circles here and stuff like that. You've got your other buttons up here. So social engagement is pretty much taken care of. However, we need to take it up another level. Let's do some sharing in a different way. I've got two plugins I want to show you. The first thing, well, actually, let's do the ping list, because one thing that WordPress does is there's lots of blog directories out there that work with WordPress, and basically they're ping sites. Now, ping means basically every time you make a post, it sends out a little notification to all of the blog directories saying, hey, new post, great. And this can actually generate traffic as well as get your stuff indexed. But WordPress comes with one as standard. If you come to settings and writing, I think it is, my memory's right, you can, actually I've got the privacy turned off for this for right now. So you have to have privacy turned on. In other words, you have to launch your site. So I'm going to do this temporarily because we're still building this one a little bit. So I'm not quite ready to turn it on. But for the sake of this demo, we'll turn it on. And then come to writing. And then you'll see a section here where you've got one site, Ping-O-Matic. That's only one site, and it does tell a lot of the other sites about what you've got going on. And blog directories, and if you go to Ping-O-Matic, in fact, let's do that real quick. Pingomatic.com. Basically, you can do a link, say whatever you've got going on, and then send pings. You can tell Google, Collector, SkyGrid, it lets all of these services know. So that's not too bad. It works. So you just would send pings and off it goes. Now, if you want to, you can go get a much bigger list. In fact, let me do that. I'll go to say WordPress ping list. Now, just to give you an idea, you might recognize someone's ugly mug on this page. This is an article I posted a while ago, and funnily enough, I ranked very well for this term because it's a great resource list. And I have a fairly extensive ping list right here. So, and there is a very familiar pop-up that I was talking about in the last video. You can see why I do that. Okay, so let's grab this. It's a very long list. Lots and lots of sites. I'll have to check to make sure which ones are active and which ones are not. I think most of them still are, but just replace that list and fix that. Save changes, and you are good to go. You are ready to rock. You have an extensive ping list, and every time you ping or create a post, it tells about, I think it's about 100 sites on that list at least. So there's a lot you can ping with that. Now, next, let's have a look. This is another plugin I want to recommend. This does some internal SEO. It's called Smart Links. Now, so this is the location of it, but just come to your WordPress site, your plugins, and add new. Now, Smart Links, basically, if you have a keyword embedded in an article, it will link to another article on your site that matches that key term. It's a very powerful little plugin. So we'll now search plugins and grab that and install that. So that's automatic. Now it's going to put a wee message at the top of your screen. Okay, empty that cache. So we want to make sure we got that going on. And another couple of plugins for SEO that I recommend is SEO Images. And where is it? SEO Friendly Images, my apologies. So we'll do that. Basically it adds and tweaks your images if you forget to do alt tags and title tags. That works out pretty well. Now again, if you hide this, it's going to take you to their page. It's actually by the same guy who did the Smart Links, so they keep promoting their own stuff and their pro versions. You're good with the base version. You don't have to worry about that. So, okay, now with that being said, the other thing we want to do is add in another plugin. So those two plugins are automatic. Once they're set up, they're automatically working away for you. The other one that I want to install is called Smart 404. Now what happens here is if you get a 404 or a bad link from maybe you've been building links and it turns out to be an article that you've deleted or has changed and something's gone wrong, you get a 404 error. Well, here's the thing. Google does not like 404 errors. They want to make sure that your site is good. So what I use is a plugin called Smart 404. Now what this does is if it gets a 404 error, it says, hey, damn, we've got a bad link. Let's find the nearest matching article and create, instead of a 404 error, a 301 redirect to that other article. So Google does not see 404 errors. So that pretty much takes care of all of the internal stuff. And I love that. That's very powerful. Another one we're going to do, now that we've gone through that, is a plugin called SharePress. Now, this is a little more advanced, and some of the stuff we're going to talk about is a wee bit technical. But SharePress allows you to send back and forth from Twitter. Every time you make a post, it posts to Twitter. Every time you make a post, it posts to Facebook. Now, there is a much better plugin than this called Syndication Rockstar. If you haven't seen or heard about that, I do suggest you grab that because that will actually syndicate out not just to Twitter, but to Facebook and lots of other Web 2.0 properties. It's a very powerful plugin. It works incredibly well because I built it. It's my plugin. You'll find links to that on the IMSC site. And if you just do a search for Syndication Rockstar, you'll find it. Or you can just go straight to syndicationrockstar.com. Very powerful plugin, but it's a little more outside of what we're doing here today. So if you want to keep it simple, you can grab SharePress. So grab this and we'll just type in SharePress. Do a search. That's it right there. Click OK. Activate. And we are good to go. Now it says you haven't finished setting up SharePress. You'll get this pop up. Don't just ignore it. Click on that. And you do need to go create your Facebook app ID. And I'm going to use the same one I used in the comments here. So we'll do that. And I'm going to paste that up there so I know where it is. And grab that. So we'll go to Share Press. And there's the app secret. That's the app ID. Connect. And we should be good to go. Oh, it said it's got a problem. Oh well. But that's basically what should happen. You should get taken across to your base site. So I guess it doesn't like my app ID. Oh well, never mind. So anyway, we'll go back here. And that's what you would do. You would go set that up and it'll give you prompts and everything else. For now, basically what would happen is you get a little thing on your pages. I don't know if it's going to show up. Let's have a look. And I'll go here. I've got way too many columns turned on, I guess. But, oh, here we go. It says, should this post be shared, yes or no? Now, here's the thing. If you go pro, you can post to Facebook pages, not just the personal profile. And to be quite honest, that's why I say Syndication Rockstar is a lot better, because it, for about the same price, it does a lot more. Let's say it that way. So anyway, if you want to go pro, you can do that. You can post it to Twitter and what have you. So I'm going to turn that off for now, because I am going on this site. I am going to be putting on Syndication Rockstar. Again, I want maximum power. That's what I'm all about. So let me turn that off. But like I say, it's a great free alternative and does the job. But like I say, I want more power. Now, the other thing is, we're talking about social and engagement. Facebook pages can get crawled by the search engines. And if you get a lot of likes and a lot of people following you and then reposting your stuff on their profiles, you have the opportunity to basically create viral syndication of everything you do. And again, in a market like this, where we're talking about dogs and, you know, posting pictures of cool dogs and stuff like that, people love that kind of stuff. It tends to go viral a lot easier than anything else. So create a full profile, get a nice header, graphical header, add a cover. That's what we need here. Start creating some interesting stuff here. Post images on Pinterest, post images on Twitter. Create your profile, create a custom background with a dog. All that kind of stuff. You need to do that. Now, I haven't done it yet. I will be doing it. And you'll see that in the Accelerator course, where we've added a lot of this extra stuff, because we're going to kick it up to the next level. Now, so that is your basics right there. That's your social engagement, getting everything kind of flowing, starting to get stuff externally linked into you, social profiles, viral traffic. If you start having everything you do integrated and promoting across, you can start to do very, very well indeed. In fact, in some instances, I get more traffic from Facebook than anything else because of social engagement. Just to give you an idea, let me go over here. And I'm going to log out. I'm just going to go into, actually, let's go to I Am Success Center. Just to give you an idea. This is a one with a lot of social engagement. Whoops. Obviously, I did not log in right. Or my password that I've saved on this machine is wrong. Okay, so this is an example. And my ugly mug here. And we've got 13,000 likes. We've got 854 people talking about this. And you can see this is being shared by SharePress from my site. So you can see it's putting across. We just posted this. And it's got a link back to the article and stuff like that. People commenting and liking on it, you know, and stuff like that. And we give you an idea. Here's one here that 535 people like this and stuff like that. So, yep, there we go. People spamming on my list as well, but yeah, you always get that. So 87,000 people saw this post, but I did a wee promotion on this one because it's part of a promotion I'm running. So you can see that I got 22,000 viral, 4,500 were organic, and then 84,000 were paid, but it had the knock-on effect and increased my likes accordingly. So that's one way to boost everything you do. And again, I've got another one here. 33,000 people, 2,218 were organic, and viral, another 4,000. So lots of people checking out the stuff that we've got going on. So very powerful, and that is an example of what SharePress can do. Now, outside of that, just to show you, again, social engagement. Okay, this is my Twitter page. Again, everything is pretty much automated. You'll see that we've got about 231,000 followers. Again, my automation system is following some people in return, so I got about 110,000 people, and then we've done about 126,000 tweets over time. But again, this is more followers than I would say many celebrities as well. And again, that's all on autopilot from things like I'm showing you right now. So that's why it works. So okay, I'm going to close these down. Now, we were talking about your RSS feed. Now, RSS means Real Simple Syndication. Your feed is located, if you're using pretty permalinks or nice permalinks, just put /feed. And you have a feed of all of the stuff you have going on, just like this. And you can see right here, this post appeared first on Dog's Day magazine. This is part of the Google authorship. So you can take your feed and you can get a tool, maybe something like RSS Submit or RSS Bot, if you want to get your own version of something that can submit your feed out. And what they do is they feed out to RSS directories, which in turn link back to your website and give you links. They're low-level links, but they can still help. They get your stuff indexed almost instantly. In fact, a lot of the times when you start getting an authority site like this and you're posting out regular content, and that's part of the pulse effect that we'll talk about later, it can really kick things up. You can be indexed in a matter of seconds or minutes. I've seen stuff literally indexed in under 60 seconds with all the stuff I'm showing you here today. However, the tools I'm talking about, like RSS Submit, can be expensive. They're like $100, but I'm talking about micro outsourcing, so you can do that on Fiverr. I love this site for this. So, for example, RSS Submit. Now, you want to do several things with your site. First of all, RSS feeds contain all the links of all your posts. So what you can do is find a gig on here for $5. These guys have already purchased the expensive tools. And basically, you're renting their service to go use it and blast your site once. You only ever need to do it once. That's one of the beautiful things. Do it once, then the RSS directories automatically come and re-update and check for new items. So, for example, you can go to some of these sites. I'm looking here. Okay, they will social bookmark with RSS and ping submit your weblog and safe and clean. Okay, so can't type for English very well, but safe and clean, I guess. So I want to look for someone that's going to not only syndicate, but also bookmark as well. So there's usually lots of services that will do this. And so there's lots of services. Okay, this is a good one. We'll manually do 120 social bookmarks to your RSS feed and 200 RSS directories for $5. Now, again, I'm going to have a look to see what their profile is. 94%. Lots of people saying thumbs up. Okay, perfect. That's not bad. And they will bookmark it. This is a thing that most people don't know. If you social bookmark an RSS feed, it can really boost the authority to the items within that feed. That's why I like RSS submission. So, and you can add extras, so they can add 600 items. Okay. So, okay, 600. I guess you have to add those in as well, or you could just order that one group, I don't know, and they'll do it within 1 day for you. So I like to spread things out, but here's one of the things. I like diversifying what I do. So I might do this on day 1 and then do another thing on day 2 and keep going. For example, if I want someone to social bookmark my main URL, then I'll have a look and say, okay, let's social bookmark. I will submit your site to 90 social bookmark sites. All of them with do follow links. Don't recommend you do that. The reason being is you want a link diversity. You want some do follow, some no follow. You want a mix of things so it looks more natural. And that's one of the things that people make a mistake. They hit things too fast and blast hundreds and hundreds of thousands of links. They find a really cool tool that will do some magic for them. Thing is, it will get you slapped. You've got to spread things out. So if you want, one thing I do recommend is that you blast each of your if you've created 20 authority links or authority pages, you want to build a natural link profile to each one of them. To do that, look at, what I search for is something that they say is penguin safe, a penguin pyramid. Now, basically this creates a multi-level link profile for your site. Now, let me grab my graphics tablet and explain this in a little more detail, because I want to make sure I've got this concept going for you so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so what we're going to do here, I've got my chalkboard of doom up here. Your money site has right now many authority articles. So we're going to do several things. Right, from the main site, we have your RSS feed. That's going to go out to many directories. Each one of these directories, and there are hundreds of them, are going to take your RSS feed and then link to each of your articles. Okay, so that's one thing we have going on right away. We're also going to social bookmark that, so that also creates links and natural links also to your articles. Okay, then, and I'm going to call this SB, social bookmark. We're then also going to social bookmark your main site with mixed profiles and stuff like that. Again, you can do all this from Fiverr. This is all micro outsourcing at its best. Now again, check the profiles of the people you're using, but this is a cheap way to do your initial boost and continuous boosting for the future. Then for each one of these articles, we're going to do this. Now, imagine this is an article here. What we're going to do is a link pyramid. Now, link pyramid basically takes an authoritative article and puts it on Web 2.0 properties. Okay, excuse my handwriting here. So, Web 2.0 properties. These have high authority and can be created to be relevant to what you do over here. Then behind them, they have hundreds of other lower level links which boost the authority here. But they act as a shield protecting your site. So where I've talked about site slapping by doing too much at the directly to your site, you don't want to blast thousands of links to your money site or your target articles, your main posts. But doing it to the Web 2.0 articles is fine. Because what happens is these ones might get slapped, that's fine, but they still pass link juice up to your main website, which helps increase those pages in ranking. So we do all of this multi-level linking. You're gonna do several things. First of all, you're gonna do RSS submission, social bookmarking, and then a link pyramid. Those are the three things we're doing. Those by themselves will be enough to help you boost traffic and ranking, get everything indexed and moving. What's going to make the difference is, in the long term, is keep every now and then blasting a new link pyramid or a new set of links, or maybe mix in some edu links, which are links from education sites, maybe some wiki links in there. Just mix things up. For example, just to give you an idea, if I do edu link, now education sites from education sites and government sites have natural authority. For example, I will build a prominent edu link pyramid for your site for $5. I will build 40 edu links for $5. These are great. Now, here's the thing. If you're not careful, over time, you can spend a lot of money on Fiverr by doing this. For example, just to give you an idea, if you wanted to do Fiverr gigs or one set of pyramids to 20 articles, that's $100. That, if you're doing that on a regular basis, then you could get a tool like SE Nuke, which is $149 a month. And but you have to use it continuously, which you probably would do if you've got lots of these sites or just one that you're focusing on. Because again, you would reblast and do things, but it's all about the quality. That's the main thing. Now you might think, well, what kind of quality am I going to get for $5? You're going to get a base service, and that's it. Now there are other services out there that do great. There's one called expertseo.me, which is actually by one of my students. Let's see, Expert SEO Marketing Services. I think actually this is it here. And this is by one of our students called Jason Suley. He does a continuous service. If you want to do some of the Penguin services, I mean, that is an incredible service. This is a cert ranker. It's like $100 a month. That's one of his services. I actually give full credit to Jason for that, and he's one of my best students. One of my concepts here called link magnets. He could do a link magnet blast, $24 a month. I'll include a link below for this. I mean, I'm just going to show you that. But there are all sorts of great services out there. And he does everything from wiki blasts, directory submissions, Penguin cert ranker, all sorts of cool stuff. He's got lots of tools. But this is one of my main concepts, the link magnet. It's a very powerful strategy. It makes link pyramids and link wheels look obsolete, and I've been using it for years. It is very, very powerful. But again, whatever you do has to be done on a continuous basis. Wherever you start, you've got to keep on going. Now, another thing we talked about, which is very powerful, is press releases. Now, just to give you an idea, if you want to see how powerful press releases are or can be, pick a popular term. Let's have a look at, say, dating. If you look here, guarantee there's news right on the first page. News for dating. So there's an interesting article about news, and there's 3 on there. Let's pick another one. Say foreclosure. Here, I've got lots of stuff on here, but again, right on the first page is news that has report foreclosure rates in Clinton County. And then this is 1 day ago. This is a very, very highly searched for term. And again, the title has the keyword right there, foreclosure rates. And I'll tell you right now, if I did a search for this right now, or I wrote a press release and submitted it, and I put foreclosure rates in the first sentence, maybe even in the second sentence, and in the title, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to end up on the first page, because the search engine algorithm for press releases is vastly, vastly different than the regular search engines. You can keyword stuff a press release very, very quickly and do all sorts of very cool things. I mean, even look at this. Foreclosure filings reach a 7-year high. All you've got to do is take one of your authority articles where you're talking about a problem and then write about it as if it's a news story. For example, dog training. let's just take a quick example. Say I'm talking about stopping dog biting, and I have a statistic that goes along with that. New report shows that 29% of dog biting can be reduced by a firm hand or something like that. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. But again, if I make that a news story, when I'm talking about dog biting, for example, let's have a see. Dog biting. I have no idea if there's any even news for that, but there's images, and then there's news. Okay, dog news for dog biting. Okay, dog to spend 10 days in pound for nipping cup. But it's got the word bite and dog, but not dog biting. If I put that dog biting, if I took this story and I did what the news... Okay, here's an insider tip. If you find a really good news story, you can actually do what the news studios do. Now, here's what happens. They get a press release across the wire, as they call it, and it gets to their news office. What they do is they take that press release, they rewrite it, and then publish it as if it's their own news story and tell the world about it. You can do exactly the same thing. If you find a news story, you become like a journalist. You take that news story, you rewrite it with your keywords in it, report on that and put it on your own website, or pay an outsourcer to do that. Here's the cool thing. You could take that article, talk about it on your main website, and then submit the press release out through through press release directories, which are free, by the way. There's many of them, and basically end up on the first page of Google for that, and then refer back to the main story on your website. What you're doing is driving traffic to that. Now, if you've got an authority article, weave in your authority article and link to that. I mean, I use several services, but again, guess what? Go to Fiverr.com. This is why I love Fiverr, and I do a lot with Fiverr. Probably too much, actually. But if I do a search for press release, as you can see, I've already searched for it. There's press release services and writing services. I will write a 300 to 500 word press release for $5. I will submit your press release to at least 35 press release distribution sites for $5. Guess what? You will be everywhere. Now, here's what I do. I then tell these guys, don't do it on one day. Do it over 5 days or 10 days. What happens is you will dominate and you will be continuously on the first page for that one press release for quite a while. If you want to, do it over 30 days. Guess what? That one press release and news story, if you rewrite it and spin it and all that kind of thing, will be on the search engines for a month. So that can be an incredible way to instantly dominate Google. You could do a lot with that, and what I do is if I do that for every single main article, and if I've got 20 press releases out there being distributed all the time and stuff like that, targeting different keywords, that can bring a lot of traffic, a lot of links, because what happens is that your press release gets linked all over the web. It gets syndicated, it gets put on other people's websites. There's lots of website scrapers out there that pick up press releases. And one of the advantages of being in a big industry like, say, dog training or acne treatment or dating or one of the big hairy niches, as I call them, what will happen is lots of other sites scrape your content, put it on their site, and then you get links back. I don't know if this... I'll give you an example here, and I don't know if this is still viable. This is what I did a while ago. Internet... I did this in a... workshop a while ago. I was demonstrating this internet marketing success or failure rate. Failure rate 95%. I'm just trying to see if I can find this one article I did. I started okay, here it is. I wanted to get the exact title. I did this in 2010. Now, you can see here I did this on WebWire. And I was talking about basically an article I had on my blog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for that article, okay? And I'm going to put it in quotes because I want that exact. So you can see right now it's saying it's 123 million results. I don't think it's quite that many, but Let's do that. It's still saying 123 million. That can't be right. Okay, oh, it's missed the quote at the beginning. Okay. So let's have a look. There's still 2,460 indexed versions of this. Now look at this. It's on Twitter. It's all over Internet Marketing Just For You. It's Venture Beat Profiles News. Okay, this is all my syndicated article. This was originally at 15,000, but I guess with all the changes, it's kind of dropped off. But even still, this is just on Google. This is indexed on Google. Now, if I did just a search for higher than expected, and again, I was actually ranking for a while, for a few days, for the term internet marketing. Internet marketing is one of the most searched for things. If I do that, okay, actually, let's take off that. Again, right at the top there, 24 million results. But you can see that that got a lot of authority. And again, that's passing all that link juice back to my website, which was, at the time, the Manic Marketer Inner Circle, which was 2010. That was before I launched I Am Success Center. But you get the idea. So there's lots of stuff you can do. And this became a very authoritative link. So lots and lots of stuff. And there's all sorts of tags here for me and everything else. But do that on a regular basis and you are flying with rankings. You can do all sorts with the traffic from these. I mean, I drive press releases to bring, to promotions. I've done it where there's been a big ClickBank launch or a product launch for someone else. And then what I do is I do a massive press release campaign over the launch week of that. And I will literally dominate the page for those launches. I do the same with videos as well. And we'll cover that more detail in the Accelerator course. And I mean, that is really what you're doing. Right now, you have just learnt more in a very short, dense 1 hour session than most people learn in a lifetime of search engine optimization and traffic. You've learnt about link pyramids. You've learnt about press release strategies, about RSS syndication, social engagement, social syndication. You've learnt so much in just that short period of time, but this is the tip of the iceberg. So this is great for getting you started, but like I say, everything we've done in these last 6 modules is truly just the tip of the iceberg. You've laid the foundations, you've got started, but I have so much more to show you. I mean, it's incredible. I'm going to give you an example here. Okay, so close this. This is the accelerator level. Basically, you've just done literally the tip of the iceberg. And if you know that the rest of the iceberg is underneath, there is so much more I want to share with you. So that's why I really would recommend that you upgrade to the accelerator level and take us up on the $1 trial. Now, like I say, this is a $1 trial. We do live webinars every week. The Ask Sean sessions, actually, it's linked to it right here. We do this Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Basically, I do a live presentation. I share strategies. I talk about what can be done, what's going on in the industry. I mean, sometimes I even show an entire 6-figure business strategy literally in that one session. I'll give you a 6-figure business literally right there. I share all my best kept secrets, things that I've just discovered that will help you with your business. Whatever you've got going on. We talk about affiliate marketing, internet marketing, business strategies, success mindset, things that are going on, how to overcome roadblocks. And then what we do is we open it up so that if you've got a question, no problem, you can ask me live. And that means you've got a guru in your pocket, a marketing expert who has helped many, many people thrive, create 6-figure incomes, have massive success online. Now it's your turn. So you have got to the end of the course. You've got everything set up, and even if you haven't, and you're not quite sure about it, if you're just going through this and kind of getting your mind around some of these concepts, and maybe you've got, I'm not quite sure about this, join the Accelerator program. Become a serious part of the inner circle. because there's a massive community here. I mean, we've got groups on all sorts of different subjects. We've got forums. You can track with members and speak with members. We've also got the Accelerator program, which is a 12-month program, which literally covers every topic you can imagine. I mean, we've got 26 modules that we're going through here that spread out over a year. We've got the special reports. You actually get access to some of my previous programs like Firestorm SEO, Twitter Commando, Simple Cash Magnets, RSS Masterclass. I've got tons of stuff in here. You get access to all of that. You also get access to the Media Center, which has a whole load of training videos, doubling your like little nuggets of information, how to avoid the Google sandbox, success tips, SEO tips, managing sales, copywriting, all sorts of great stuff. You also get access to the expert panel, which is my exclusive group of experts. I find some of the industry leading experts in many, many different markets and give you access to live interviews with them that we've done, and you get to literally see all their secrets. We've got the download center, which has got it's got a ton of resources in here, everything from templates, products that you can actually buy, courses that you can, well, there's nothing to buy, should I say, but you can actually take these and sell them yourself, keep 100% of the profits. We've got so much stuff in here, software, all sorts of stuff, and we're adding hundreds and hundreds of dollars of stuff in here all the time. I mean, we've got literally thousands of dollars worth of stuff in there. We've got the $1 Million Link Tank, which is all of our secret resources, all the stuff that I use every day in my business and some of our Inner Circle members use. So we got tons and tons of stuff in there. And to get access to all of that for $1, that's a no-brainer. Just click on upgrade. In fact, what I'm going to do is below this video, I'm going to include a button so you can get started right now, because you're just on the tip. As I say, you've just got started. I want to show you this just to compare. That's what you have right now. Kickstart Training, you've got access to the Media Center and the Education Center. Very basic stuff. Now, you've done a lot, but you can do so much more. That's all the other stuff that you get. So we're going to get you started on that. Click on that button below me right now. Get started. Let's get you started as an accelerator. Show me that you're serious about your business, that you see the value in everything we've done. I mean, you're here. You've got through 6 videos. Let's get you all the way to the end. Let's get you on the way to success and upgrade you to accelerator right now. So with that being said, let's wrap up this video. Go join the accelerator program. I will see you in the next Ask Sean session. Like I say, you get a 14-day trial for $1. I don't even see a dime of that, by the way. That actually goes to the merchant processor just for processing your upgrade. I don't see a dime of that. I'm giving you free access for 14 days to the accelerator program. You can come join us on 2 Ask Sean sessions. And just to give you an idea of how much value is in that, if I do an hour's consultation live, that's usually $1,000 an hour. I do 4 of these Ask Sean sessions every week, and they can last anywhere from an hour. We've had 2-hour sessions because I like to make sure everyone's got their questions answered. That's what we're all here for. I want to help you as much as possible. So literally, incredible value for money. There's no one else on the planet that would dare do that, because that's just what I do. That's me giving to you. So take advantage of that. And just to give you an idea as well, which is just a kind of heads up, we only allow 1,000 accelerator members. As soon as we hit 1,000, the doors close. So if you click that upgrade button, or that upgrade button says sold out, that means we've currently hit 1,000. But what happens, you'll have a little thing down there that says join the waiting list. That, if that happens, okay, you'll just have to wait until there's a spot open, and then that will automatically open up, and you'll get an email saying, hey, there's a spot opened up, take advantage of it right now. So we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to do that. If you see that upgrade button right now, click on it, because that means there are spots available. And these spots do fill up fast. So I would encourage you, if you see that below you right now, click on that, take advantage of the $1 trial. Make sure this is for you. I'm not going to force you into anything you don't want. I'm not one of those unscrupulous marketers out there who try and take you for a ride. Just check it out. See if it's for you. If it's not, no harm, no foul. It's entirely up to you. But if you're serious about your business, if you believe that you have seen the light, that you've seen a way forward, then join us, come see what we do, and I would love to see you on the next Ask Sean session. Say that, hey, I've just upgraded. Here's one thing, this is what I love doing every week. If you've just upgraded and you're on one of the Ask Sean sessions, hey, when you get in there, you'll see a little chat box. Say, hey, just upgraded. Tell me what you thought about the course, and we'll give you a shout out live on the Ask Sean session. I love welcoming all the new members of the Accelerator program. So with that being said, let's wrap it up. Congratulations on completing the Kickstart course. I tip my hat to you for getting this far, for sticking with it. You're doing far better than most people, and I will see you in the Accelerator program very shortly. Take care.